Alright, so we are back for another Dokkan battle video, and in today's video we are going to be taking the two Chads of Dokkan with the INT EZA Goku Black and the Physical Raditz, and we're going to use them on the same rotation and just see them annihilate all forms of content. Now, the Goku Black is a little bit better when facing a super class enemy, so I figured you could bring him in the Legendary Vegeta event. It's typically where I go in a lot of showcase videos anyway, but yeah, you can see we got them both on a rotation right here. We do have a little bit of support from the Physical Zamasu, another amazing banner unit. And right here, we do have 3 out of 7 links. So with these 3 out of 7 links, we're getting tons of stats. So it just makes them as a rotation even crazier. Now you can see right here, both of the Kings are around 150k defense. Amazing. That's going to have them tank everything in the game from Red Zone Broly all the way to Cell Max. Even to the new Trunks, bro. He's hitting for 2.3 on a super attack. Whatever, man. Just let this Goku Black, you know, get a couple supers in, and then he's going to easily tank that. So, I guess we can go ahead and play this rotation out right here. Now, like I mentioned, the Goku Black does get some buffs when facing a super class enemy. So, more specifically, he does get the 2 additional attacks. Each have a medium chance of becoming a super attack. Or actually, I think it's a high chance. So, right here, we're going to have potentially 4 supers incoming. Which means he's going to do a 4 million attack stat 4 times. Dude, that's crazy. Look at that, 800k damage. What unit do you know is putting out 800k damage like that? Not once, not twice, but potentially 4 times. Just absolutely devastating. And then we got the crit there, which actually, for, you know, 3-point-something million damage isn't that bad. But look at this guy, just destroying this event right here. Absolutely obliterating it. Now, you know, you can't forget about the Chad himself, Goditz. I mean, look at this really quick. 5.8. Just a god, a true god. Now, we're going to take this rotation in some difficult events after this. And, you know, we'll see, man. It's finna crush everything. I'm telling you, there's not a single event that could do anything to this rotation right here. Now, on this rotation, you know, it's a little weaker. We got this guy right here, who's only, you know, one of the best units in the game. But he really doesn't compare to the Goku Black and the Raditz. You know, like, I mean, what is he at? 300k defense right here with, like, I think 80% damage reduction. I mean, that's good, I guess, but Goku Black, you know, my boy's pushing 200k defense on that first turn. So you can't disrespect that, alright? You know, clearly the better Zamasu unit with the INT transforming Goku Black and his EZA. Now, hopefully soon, you know, we can have this team be even more broken with the INT LR Goku Black, but I actually do hope they don't fumble him. In all seriousness, I really want him to be good. Dokkan, you can't fumble another extreme class unit. You made AGL Zamasu good, and then it was just all downhill from there. You got to give us a W with the INT LR Goku Black. We need him to be good, man. We need some form of LR Goku Black representation in this celebration. So come on, just make his EZA good. We need it to be just insane. Whether he's insanely broken turn 1 or he gets better as the fight goes on, we need him to be somewhat good because, dude, the Goku Black teams really need the help. So as you can see, we did get the broken transformation right here. So what are we at? 438k defense. Okay, so we'll drop the active of acting like they're gods. Now, that's not horrible, actually, considering we're only on turn 4. But, dude, I don't know, man. That first turn, he's just way too weak. Now, we do have a lot of support right here as well. Oh, well, actually, in slot 2, once we get stuff like Big Bad Bosses, we do jump up to 542k defense. So we've got 50% defensive support and 50% offensive support. So this is a really good rotation for him. Just keep that in mind right here. But yeah, I guess we can throw Raditz in slot 1. We'll throw Goku Black in slot 2. So if he gets a lot of supers off right here, which he still does have a lot of you know, additionals built in. I guess I can just go ahead and go over it. So he launches an additional that has a high chance of becoming a super. And then if there's a super class enemy, he launches another additional that has a high chance of becoming a super. So if we get the triple super, I mean, I guess technically we would be approaching 1 million defense, which is pretty good. But you only get those additionals if you're facing a super class enemy. I mean, I can think of maybe 3 difficult fights with a super class enemy. And one of them, they're physical. So it's not like you can run this guy in there because he's just going to take too much damage because he has type disadvantage. 8 million right there. So considering we've got a 50% chance to crit, and we're still building up some attack as well, and we got all the additionals, that's honestly not that bad. So, like, I'll give him credit. In some situations, this boy can look good. He can cook. I'm telling you, he can cook. But will he cook majority of the time? I don't know. Depends where you got him. If you got him in an event where there's a super class enemy, maybe. If you get lucky with stacks. If you bring him in, you know, most of the events in the game right now, no. He's not going to cook. He's probably just going to get folded because you're not going to be able to stack with him. So I did bring a lot of good support units on this team as well. Like I mentioned, we got, this guy who's a good support. The physical Zamasu who's a really good support. We got this guy who's an insane support. So this isn't necessarily a very, I don't want to say like accurate showcase, because some of these support units you can throw on, the Zamasu teams because they're pretty good. Like the physical Zamasu and Gawasu, they've got, that high chance to dodge. The STR Goku Black, he can look kind of decent if you get the finishing blow with him, but it's not like you're going to be running a team like this majority of the time. You're probably going to replace a couple of these units with other units that are more powerful, but don't support. So keep in mind, this isn't the most realistic showing right here. Alright, so we're taking a super with the Zamasu, but this guy, insanely busted. I like how they gave us a good lead for the category, but we just didn't really get anything after that. Like, they dropped the Zamasu, and then we got the AGL Zamasu. I'll admit, his EZA was crazy. I think most people could agree on that. And then they kind of just stopped. Like, I don't know, man. The INT Goku Black, he can be good, but I really don't feel like he's enough. We also didn't get an LR Goku Black for part 2. We got the Future Gohan, which, don't get me wrong, Future Gohan is a humongous W. He is insanely good, but I can't lie. I think a Goku Black would have been a lot better for the game. And then also, we're going to get the EZA for the LR Goku Black. And like I said earlier, man, if they fumble him, I don't know, man. I think some people are going to riot, man. It's going to be crazy because, yeah, the Goku Black's teams are just not as good as they should be, considering the celebration is basically based around that. So anyway, right here we're at 542k defense. Not that much of a jump up from the previous turn. I think it's because we got 50% defense on super because we got one super attack, but then we lost 50% support. So you can see it kind of stagnated our defense. Turn 6, only 540k defense. Definitely not that good because now we don't have support, so this is a little bit more realistic. You can see, a super attack in basically any event would obliterate this guy because that's 542k defense without guard, without damage reduction, without blah, 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 all the above. So it's going to be a little tricky with him. Now we're going to throw him in slot 1 just so he can get big bad bosses. Unfortunately, we do have to separate the Chad rotation of the INT Goku Black and the Raditz. I know, it's sad, Raditz isn't going to be in the video as much now, but it's okay. The GOAT is still floating, floating off in slot 3. So just keep that in mind. Now, okay, right here we should be able to kill. Like I said, we got the potential 4 supers incoming. Right at 8.8 million attack stat. Honestly, without support, and considering we have a 50% chance to crit, that's pretty good. Like, his damage is good if you're facing a super class enemy, because then you got 3 supers, and then if you have them built with some additionals, you could potentially get 4, and they all have a 50% chance to crit. And then also, you're supporting and all that. So that's what I'm saying. This guy has some use, but it's really only when you're facing a super class enemy. So Dokkan just needs to do the thing that they've been teasing they were going to do for forever and just give us difficult content with super class enemies. I know there's the Divine Wrath and Mortal Will event, but that's literally only 2 stages. There's the Trunk stage and then the Vegito Blue stage. And the Vegito Blue stage, it's difficult, but it's not that difficult because you can lower his attack. So then it makes it very easy as long as you bring units that can lower attack. So if they start giving us some Goku Family Red Zone stages, all that, then I think his design is okay because then we have actual difficult content where we can run him in. But for now, I don't know, man. I really don't see what they're going for. But anyway, with all that shown, I do want to cut to a difficult event. I think we're going to bring him in either, I guess, like Red Zone Broly or like Red Zone Metal Cooler Core or something like that, or we'll bring him in the new Divine Wrath and Mortal Will event. But I'm not sure if my private server has that event. But anyway, we'll just cut to whatever difficult event I can bring him in. Alright, so we're here fighting the Shadow Dragon event, Stage 8 of the Shadow Dragon event versus Omega Shenron. I figured this would be a pretty good fight just because, I mean, it's pretty much the hardest fight I have access to on my private server. Now, I just want to clarify something. I've tried to get as many supers with Goku Black in this fight as possible. I've gotten a couple off. So, this has been somewhat alright in terms of a run for Goku Black. But I just want to show this really quick. We're on turn 9. Yeah. Now look, we don't have any support, so I'll give him that, but dude, that's rough, man. That is rough. Now Raditz, I mean, obviously Raditz sucks. He's also only on a 150% leader skill, so there is still an extra 100% to stats he's missing out on, but even with that, he'd be just as high in terms of his defense as the Goku Black. But Raditz is over a year old. Goku Black just got his EZA. 271k defense, turn 9. Dude, come on, like, I get he has his uses, but an example like this, is really, really bad. Like, this is bad, bad. So, what we're going to do, I guess we can use a Sensu Bean. We're going to throw the Zamasu in slot 1, the LR one. Hopefully, he'll be able to tank all those attacks, and then we get to see the Goku Black and the Raditz tank after they get their supers. Now, I'm assuming this AoE isn't going to kill. There is a chance it will. How much damage is this doing? 25k. And then, yeah, Goku Black's taking 230k. And Raditz taking over 100k. Dude, that's crazy, man. That is crazy. So after we super attacked... Well, no, because we're not facing a super class enemy. I was going to say we might take double digits because we'll get like the 4 supers off. But no, we would have only gotten 2 supers max. And that would have only gotten us down to maybe 100k. Look, if you're a fan of this Goku Black's EZA, I'll admit, man, he can have his uses. But overall, I don't know. I'm on the fence about him. So I guess that pretty much has been the video. I just wanted to do a quick little funny video on Goku Black and Raditz. I didn't do a showcase on this guy either, so this kind of makes up for that. But let me know how you guys are feeling about his EZA down in the comments, and let me know what you do want the EZA for the INT LR Goku Black to look like, because of course, we do have his EZA up and coming very soon. So once again, that has been the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.